Hi and welcome along to the warm-up. We are looking forward to the game. Arsenal visiting West Ham at the London Stadium or the New Upton Park or the Bowl or whatever it's called. The
running
the
track.
Olympic Stadium, the running track.
Whatever you want to call it.
Right, wherever it is, that's where we're going to, it is the London Stadium, to take them on. Binoculars out if we was going to be there, but we won't need that because we're not even going to be inside the ground. But looking forward to the game. Just before we get into the warm-up, take a look at this video. This video here, who's been the top 4 all-time Premier League teams?
That's easy.
Who would you say?
Premier League.
Premier League
Yeah,
teams.
Arsenal,
Manchester
Liverpool.
United,
Liverpool, Man United, yep.
Chelsea,
Liverpool.
Man City, Arsenal.
What about you?
Interesting. Arsenal, of all time, as you said there, didn't you?
Premier League, yeah.
Yeah, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United.
So Chelsea or City you've given yourselves. They've got 4 titles each, I think.
Of
Maybe
all
Chelsea have
time.
one more.
Anyway, look, what do you think?
Chelsea.
What do you think about that? Let's check out this video.
Yeah, but they've come on this scene and they've just been riding the wave for a very long time now. And obviously,
but between Chelsea and Arsenal, who is it?
I mean, it has to be us, I think. Is it even really... If you look at Arsenal's league form, since like the 14-15 season or 15-16 season, that's the last time Arsenal got in the UCL. Since then, every season, been going lower and lower down the table, very, very slowly, until we're finally seeing the season we're seeing now. So obviously, you know, I do feel like looking in towards the future is also equally important as also respecting the past as well, because, you know, it's all about the present. It's all about what happens tomorrow. It's all about what you're building to get that success, to grow and improve. And you look at Arsenal compared to us, it feels like 2 different stories. And the mad thing is, you look at the points over the past few seasons, I think it's only 10 points are separated where Arsenal's positions have been and a top 4 spot. But wow, does that 10 point feel like a mass? It feels like 20 points, it feels like 30 points. And you look at the state of the current team, Arsenal need a lot more work to be done to get back to those levels. And consider like us, Liverpool, United, Man City.
Of course, Arsenal got to be in it, man. Arsenal got to be in it. It is though. You do have those 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you do have City, Chelsea. Actually, no, I'm taking Liverpool out. I'm going to go.
Thank you.
City, Chelsea,
Say Liverpool out.
Arsenal, and Man United.
Yep.
Liverpool have only won one time.
This is
one
about
league.
the Premier League.
Yeah, all time.
Liverpool have won 1
Yeah,
time.
they've only just turned up the other
Yeah,
day.
European,
They only just turned up.
European,
Listen,
sorry,
Liverpool are the
count.
2nd biggest club in England behind Manchester United for me. They're
Yeah.
one of the biggest in the world. But
Yeah.
if you're talking
Premier League.
top 4 Premier League clubs, we have 3 titles to their 1.
There you
So
go.
there you go.
Guys, West Ham. We did beat them earlier in the season, and you've got a graphic up there that's, you know, it's interesting that you've got Eddie and Ketty up there, Kolasinac, 2 guys that, well, Eddie's is still here, but it's not really played, and Kolasinac is gone.
Yeah.
Almost think it kind of shows more than anything how much the team's evolved in just throughout the season. Obviously, a lot of that work was done in January, a lot of the injuries coming back, Smith Rowe, the Odegaard signing, all that has played a massive part. But absolutely, the team's evolved, and we didn't play very well in that West Ham game. And
No, I
actually,
remember
they
it.
came onto it on the back of a bad start to the season. Both teams have come on leaps and bounds since then. West Ham obviously having a much better season, but we're looking on the up as well. So I think this would be a really fascinating game.
Yep, and West Ham got some really good players as well. So, yeah, I know you got some fun stats, and
As always.
you got your stats and that around the game.
As always.
Um,
Let's
there-
start with... So I'll start with the happy, positive ones. And
Yes.
we'll go, because there are some that go in West Ham's favour. Let's start with the good ones. So West Ham have won just 3 of their 24 Premier League home games against Arsenal. The Gunners are the only side the Hammers have won as many as 2 more away games as they have home games in the Premier League. So it's in that first sentence. So West Ham have won just 3 of their 24 Premier League home games against Arsenal. That's a good record.
Good record for us.
You know, we always say whenever we play West Ham, it's always in me, no matter what season they're having. Oh, tough place to go. London derby, going to be tricky. But the stats suggest that actually we don't find it as hard as always, but this will be different. Let's look at the next one. West Ham have lost more Premier League games against Arsenal than they have versus any other side in the competition. Meanwhile, Arsenal have won more Premier League away games against West Ham than they have versus any other side.
That's another good
right?
stat. That's really
great
good.
stat.
That's
I know.
really good.
These are nice.
Yeah, good. James, good pick out.
I
These
remember
are-
we
these are
went
good.
there. What was it? Was it last season, the season before? And we were under Emery, and we were dreadful.
We
and
were awful.
They were dreadful, and it was like one of the. I think Pepe scored. He was one of the most dead games you could ever watch, but we still beat them.
Yeah, very true.
And then there was when Sanchez, Alexis Sanchez went there.
Do you think West Ham benefit not having the fans in the stadium? Do you think they're a club that's benefited from it?
I think they have. I think they have, because, you know, I've got a few West Ham mates, mate. And,
Yes.
you know, people talk about Arsenal fans being critical. Listen, the West Ham fans,
Not a joke.
they, you know, they're on their case of their players very quickly.
Yeah.
But somehow they've been able to play without a lot of pressure. I don't think it's just that, though. I think they've got some very good players.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
And they've been playing some very good football. You know, you've got to respect them.
Yeah, absolutely. This is my favourite stat of the lot, actually. No side has won more points in Premier League London derbies this season than Arsenal, with 13 points. With the Gunners already picking up more points in their 6 such games this season than they managed in 8 games last year.
Wow.
Do you know what, I like that, because, you know, the whole what colours London and all that, look, I know there's more to it, but it's nice to know that we've had the edge in these games, that they mean something to fans. I will say this for West Ham, though, they have won 5 of their last 6 Premier League games at home, losing just the 1. They last won 4 consecutive top flight home games back in May 2002. So that kind of bodes in our favour. And Jesse Lingard has scored 4 goals in his 6 league appearances for West Ham, including in each of his last 2 at the London Stadium.
And he's back in the England squad at the moment. And if there's one guy who likes scoring against Arsenal, as his dad reminded me when I met him at the World Cup, is Jesse Lingard. He loves his little Millie Rock dances. But he has been playing. Fair play to him. You know, I mean, I thought he was dead and gone, you know, with what was happening with him at Man United.
Yeah.
But he's gone to West Ham. He's looked like a brand new player. He's playing brilliantly, and he's back in the England squad. He's going to be absolutely buzzing going into that game.
Definitely, yeah. That was. I mean, it led perfectly well into my Danger Man, because you kind of stole my stats there. But goes into the Danger Man section. I chose Jesse Lingard, a player that we should be, I guess, fearful of in the team. We're going to discuss Declan Rice as well after, because I feel like when I speak, I've got a West Ham friend who's a fan, and he waxes lyrical about Declan Rice. He has been, and he's also in the England squad, so big up to them both. But yeah, Jesse Lingard, James has said it there, his stats goes is he's played 6 matches since signing, scored 4 goals, has 1 assist. His pass completion percentage as well is 79%. So he's very good in that midfield. Well, in the midfield, attacking forward, going forward, and that. So someone to worry about. But I think we've got the players to try and keep him quiet. I don't want to see no dances this Sunday.
You said you know you mentioned some of the other players they've got, right? Declan Rice, quality in that midfield. Been having a really good season. Yeah. Souček, who's been excellent. Pops up. One of those players arrives late in the box. Scores a lot of goals from midfield. Reminds you a bit like a sort of Aaron Ramsey type player in his style of play. Apart from he's very, very good in the air as well.
Yeah, he's massive. He's a massive.
Kufal, you know, the fullback. He's a quality player. You know, the centre halves are good.
They got good.
And then up front, Mikel Antonio, absolute handful. You know what I mean? If our defenders are not on it, he's a sort of guy that terrorises defences. Yeah. And they're 5th in the league. They've got a chance to go for the top 4. They've not had no game this week. They've been fully rested and ready for that game.
Listen, West Ham have spent money. Fornal, Yarmolenko, like they've got quality in that. Benrahma. They've got a lot of quality.
Benrahma's good.
And a lot of the players you mentioned there, Antonio, Souček, they offer different problems because they've actually been very good on the ball. They've been quite good to watch. West Ham, but you know what? It's set pieces as well. Souček, Antonio, they've got big players. Dawson, what an inspired signing he's been. I thought, well, they're bringing this guy in, but he's looked brilliant.
Yeah, he's been excellent.
When I spoke to West Ham Online podcast, they said it's Ogbonna who's been superb for them as well. Yep. So, they will pose us problems. But
they got quite a lot of, and again, going back, Declan Rice and Jesse Lingard going into the England team, like they have quite a few contenders. That's quite surprising. 2 players from their team. I know Antonio wanted to play for England, but I think he didn't get selected, so he's now looking to play for Jamaica. They've got really strong players that we need to worry about. So it's not a game that we can take lightly, especially after performance, I think, on Thursday as well, in my opinion.
Right, it's time to get into the team selection, which is going to be really, really interesting. Want to get your guys' team, but don't forget you can build your team by going on to AFTV VIP. We've got some of the things that you can find on VIP. But if you look up there, you can see the Arsenal starting 11. You can build your own starting 11 and send it in to us. This is my starting 11 for the game against West Ham. In goal, Leno. Right back, Cedric. Then I've gone David Luiz and Gabriel, right? Mikel Antonio is a very strong, quick guy. You know what I mean? I think you need those two to contain him. I know that they play during the week, but it's an international break after this. So I'd go with them. Kieran Tierney, of course. A midfield of Partey and Xhaka. And then I've gone for three in front of them of Pepe, Odegaard and Saka. Smith Rowe looked a bit tired. He wasn't his greatest game the other night. Looked a little tired as well. I bring Saka, if he's fit, back into the team.
Who's up top?
And up top, now I was really thinking about this one. Do I go with Lacazette? Do I go with Aubameyang? I'm going to put Aubameyang in there. He missed a couple of chances. I don't think he's going to do that 2 games in a row. He's going to want to put that right. Plus as well, I don't think this is that sort of hold-up type game. I think this is a game where maybe a bit of pace in behind might help Arsenal. So that's the team that I've gone for. James, what are you gone for?
One change from yours, Laka for Aubameyang. Otherwise, the exact same 11. And I completely agree with you about the pace thing. And that's why I brought in Pepe for Smith Rowe, actually. So acknowledge that. I just think Aubameyang... Sorry, I think Lacazette deserves it after what he did in the North London derby. I know he missed some chances, but he was putting himself about. He was such a handful. The ball stuck to him, and he worked so hard. He deserves that position for me. And then Pepe comes in for Smith Rowe.
And then Pepe is teaming up with Cedric. You know, every time we do every time I do fan cams with him, or every time I do the podcast with him, DT's always banging on about that partnership between Cedric and Pepe is a better partnership than when Bellerin. You know what I mean? They two work together, overlapping and that.
Yeah.
So I think that would be important in that game.
See, I'd actually play Pepe on the left, actually, though. Well, he looked dangerous from there when he did have that spell in January out there. I thought he looked really dangerous, and Saka's been doing his job on the right. But you can interchange, and a team needs to have that. A team needs to have that. You know, be able to interchange and mix it up.
Interesting.
Cecil?
Yeah, so I've got Mari at the back, brought him in. What you said there
Mari
about
instead of who? Gabriel,
which what you said does make sense. But I wanted to see Mari on Thursday, and I was surprised he didn't play actually. But so I think he deserves to step in, give Gabriel a rest. I know he says international break coming up, but yeah, I think I want to see more of Mari. I think he's been on form.
You're going to have 2 weeks rest.
Yeah,
How much more rest do you
let's not do this right now. Maybe let's get full. We've got more argument to do when I get to the front line.
This rest thing, you know what I mean? I just think it's used too much in football now. He needs a rest. This is what footballers do.
But Mari's been on form. I just think
Mari has been form. Mari has played well.
He's played well.
Gabriel's been playing well. I thought the other night he was okay again. And I just feel, remember that, you know, I look at the opposition as well, and Mikel Antonio, who'll be that lone striker up front, and you can then also you put your Součeks and guys into that very physical team.
Yeah, so for me, but that goes on to height, Robbie. I think obviously again, Mari's the tallest centre back, and I think they're very good in the air, especially at set pieces, and that's why I use Mari. Gabriel is physical, yes, you're right in that with Antonio, but I think Mari does the aerial battle, which I'm more focusing on for that. Going into the midfield, same as you, Partey and Xhaka it's for me, all my choices for this team is more physical based, so Partey and Xhaka have to go in that midfield just to assert that. In front of them, in the 10, Odegaard. Very odd this one. Willian on the right. I think he deserves to come back in. He could create loads of chances, loads of assists. Martinelli on the left.
Oh, okay.
Well, he really rotated.
Really rotated.
Really rotated.
Yeah.
You know, if we win, we go 4 points behind West Ham with 5th.
Yeah, but the players that I'm trusting to play should be able to go and do that, in my opinion. Robbie said about speed with Aubameyang. I think Martinelli gives you that outbreak. When things are getting congested and tight, Martinelli, when he came on Thursday as well, he looked like a bright spark. He did. And I've been wanting to see him for a while. I don't think he'll get a full game if he does start, but I'd like to see him. And then up top, the debate of going back to Lacazette. Physical hold.
If you put Balogun, I swear I'm going to kill you.
It's not Balogun. Lacazette's going in there. Balogun on the bench. No, joking. Lacazette up top. It's going to be a physical game. I think Lacazette, he thrives in them sort of games. Holds up the ball, and with him holding up the ball and making it stick, it will allow Martinelli to get on beyond and get goals, and Odegaard as well.
Let's get your match prediction.
James, you go. What's your match prediction?
Oh, great, thanks.
Sorry, because I haven't thought about it.
2-0 Arsenal. Because why not?
2-0.
I forget Jesse Lingard's playing.
Yeah, you think they're going to score?
2-1 because Jesse.
Yeah, that was going to be my score. 2-1. 2-1 Arsenal.
Because you lot have gone 2-1, I'm going to go 1-0. I'm going to go 1-0 Arsenal. I don't know how we're going to keep it. I think it's either 1-0 or 1-1. I don't think we'll lose the game. West Ham are a good team, but like you said, we've got a very good record against West Ham.
Yeah.
And we've got players that can do some damage in that game.
Definitely.
It's going to be really tough though. They are fresh, and they've got a lot to play for now, West Ham.
Did you both have Saka in your team?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Arteta said his press conference post-match on Thursday, not that he's not a guarantee, but they said they're going to check with the club doctor and the internationals, the staff at the international team to see if he can be selected.
Internationals. He has been selected, as we know.
Yeah. So
But who cares,
they
right?
said
I
they're going to
mean-
discuss with them if he's right to play on Sunday, which I found interesting. How can you discuss with them if you're going to play Saka?
I
should be
just
your
want to
decision.
see Saka play for Arsenal. If he, I'm so happy that he's in England's setup. But the main thing for me is Sunday.
Agreed.
And that's what it's all about. So
Yeah.
that's the lineup. Looking forward to the game at the weekend. West Ham taking on Arsenal. Arsenal, like you said, if 3 points in that game, we'd just be like 4 points behind. We need to go on a little run. Something on the back of the fact that we beat Tottenham last week. Can we go beat another London club? Silence these West Ham fans a bit as well. Number one team in London and all that. I've been getting that a lot. We need to silence that, right? So come on, you Arsenal, let's get a win. What do you think the score's going to be? Don't forget to check out AFTV VIP. The link is in the description, and thanks for watching.